Who knows what we're in store for here under the lights on Sunday night?
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the build-up is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All off-season, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17. That's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have...
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Here's 1st and 10. Only a gain of 1 on the game's opening play. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, Richardson has completed to Douglas. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he will convert. Good job there. Drive continues at the 48.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's Richardson. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
Really nice play recognition there by the defense. They sensed the quarterback had nowhere to go downfield, and that ball was going to be checked down. The moment that ball hit the running back's hands, there was nowhere to go.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. This crowd ready in anticipation of their offense taking the field for the first time. And they're led out by a former Baylor Bear, their rookie at quarterback.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the 1 interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, I thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. If he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Back to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
Here's a first carry for their running back, and he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Throwing now from the gun. That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. They get an even 20 on that one. And that will be a first down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Big return at the end. He's going to get out of bounds close to midfield.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
The visitors' offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Take a look here at those receiving numbers from his game a week ago. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. It's Richardson on the move. Quick throw. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The defense has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Richardson to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
You can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Richardson gonna look to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Houston. It's his third touchdown on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Makes the score. Visitors 7. Our home team, nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They had that pick on the opening drive. It led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back. 1st and 10. Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
He'll drop to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Slot man in motion left. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll get this up close to a 1st down as the tackle is made right at the midfield stripe. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the visitors are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll get this out to the left flat. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Complete to number 9. A gain of 14. 1st down, Houston.
So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion.
That is intercepted.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
The home team's offense ready to get back to work. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and put him down.
It is 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And the visitors are going to have it at their own 32-yard line.
There's really no other way to put it, Mike. This has just been a rough outing for the young rookie quarterback. And I think everyone understands going into these games, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be learning moments that these guys are going to gain that they can only gain through experience. The problem is, it's really hard to have positive learning experiences when you throw 3 picks. He's got to see the field better. He's got to anticipate better. And ultimately, he just needs to play better for his offense to have a chance.
1st and 10. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. He's got Douglas going deep.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And that is incomplete. On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. They'll begin here on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds. But the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket when the second he hits his back foot, the play's over. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0. As they begin with a 1st and 10. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now a give up the middle. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. 3rd and long. Now Richardson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Houston. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The ball comes out. But he'll gather it back in. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet.
Tight end going in motion here. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man. That's Coleman. 11 yards on the pass there. That's enough for a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Here comes 3rd and 6. They'll throw out of the gun. Downfield, got a man, and he's got it. And he will score. Touchdown. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
The extra point is good. And his guys will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive. 1st and 10. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Here's Richardson. That one taken in by Douglas. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. Greg and I will be right back after this. 3rd and long. He'll try to get this one on the ground. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Here's the punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. He's going to keep it himself. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. His throw left side is complete. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Taking off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. He'll look to throw. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And thankfully for him, one of his teammates able to secure it. No turnover, and they will hold on to the football. Back to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
A loss of 10 yards on the play.
So, 1 touchdown apiece for our 2 teams. 7-7 on the board here at the break. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and a big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And as you see, they were losers earlier this afternoon. 23-18 was the final. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. This one taken at the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. And not a whole lot going to come from that one. Only to about the 39. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Caught right side by Coleman. It's a gain of 12 there. And that will be a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw.
And this is one of the cases, Mike, where defenders, they get their eyes in the wrong spot. They call it eye discipline. He catches them looking elsewhere. It allows him to get upfield and make this third down a lot more manageable.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simple.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On 4th down, they'll send in the field goal unit. This one from 54 yards out. His kick is good. And his guys will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for their first possession of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. On play action, Richardson. He'll go left side here and complete this one. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. Here's Richardson. Quick throw here is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. Putting the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, Richardson has completed to Douglas. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Now, faking the give. Trying to push the ball down the field. It's an interception. And this defense will take over following the turnover.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Looking middle, he's got it complete to Coleman. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down. Up the middle they go. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
He is in for the score. That's his second touchdown tonight.
This kind of the feast or famine anytime a defensive coordinator dials up a man pressure. And when you don't get home, it just puts so much stress on your secondary, Mike. They feel like they're out there defending their man for an eternity. And quarterback had his opportunity to find his matchup, good protection up front, and they just couldn't hold up in coverage long enough, and they give up a big touchdown.
The PAT, up and good. And his guys will get out in front 17-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. This drive will start on the ground. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. From the gun, Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Out of shotgun, Richardson. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 36 yards.
The biggest correlation between scoring points in the NFL is your ability to generate explosive plays. And oftentimes, the best explosive plays in the passing game happen when the quarterback is outside the pocket, and great example of it here.
His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. This defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
He'll let this go towards the end zone.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. A tight end in motion now. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up second and long. They need 8 as they come up for third down. He'll drop to throw. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. And he will take this one in. 74 yards. It is a touchdown. 3 touchdowns for the game. His first 3 of the year. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man. They're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
The extra point is good. And his guys move out to a 24-10 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. Throwing on second down, Richardson. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Richardson going to look to throw. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's going to get him a first down here across midfield and down to the 45.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Throwing is Richardson. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll put him down right at the 20, but they'll also move the sticks. That is a first down picked up.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. to the ground after the penalty. And they'll bring it inside the red zone. Finding space. Gain of 7. Inside the 20. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now. Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Here's Richardson. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. And this defense comes through with the turnover.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
This team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
Not much happening there. Just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. That's complete to Coleman. And they're going to move this one all the way up near the 30-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
There's that man again. Another catch. 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently. Not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
This returnable for Douglas. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Now a give on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Richardson. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush. And it will lead to a turnover on downs.
So here as the quarterback, you can't take that sack. You have to understand it's 4th down. While you don't want to throw a pick, you've got to get this ball out of your hand and give one of your playmakers a chance to make a play for you and extend this drive on 4th down.
This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. Wow, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Here's a run. Marked down at the 6. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Has a touchdown. And another score in another good performance after winning the opener on their way to 2-0.
Mike, you can't be 2-0 without being 1-0, and for them to be able to continue to string early wins together in the first part of the year, this is the start that every team dreams about. This is what you work for all offseason long to start your season and build some early momentum. Gives you a lot of flexibility and wiggle room as the rest of this season plays on.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now this team's offense ready for this next possession. Let's go back through their earlier possessions, and a lot of them, Greg, have ended with the defense going the other way.
And there's no greater indicator in the NFL of success in terms of wins and losses than the turnover battle. And we've seen so many statistics and charts. We can go on and on. The simplest way to say, if you protect the ball, your chance of winning goes up. If you don't protect the ball, your chance of winning goes down. So here they have 3 interceptions, losing fumbles. It's really been a meltdown by multiple guys all across this offense.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10. Throwing, Richardson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Richardson to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. Now Richardson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he's going to have the 1st down. Aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Now the offense will use their 3rd and final timeout. And the clock will stop with 45 seconds left in the game. They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. Looking to throw, Richardson.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Richardson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live.
And that final throw here is intercepted. And his defense will take over here following the interception.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night.